What's up, guys? It's been a minute since I've been on here. Dennis was like, Marshall, you haven't been posting your videos. And I was like, yeah, I've been kind of slacking. But I wanted to talk about a topic today that's kind of been like weighing heavy on my mind a little bit. I was like, maybe if I put this video out, it'll probably help somebody. I've been seeing like a lot of kids, my younger peers that are younger than me, but they're losing their parents. So I wanted to speak on tips on how to handle coping and losing a parent. I did lose my dad. My dad died. I don't even like thinking about it. But he died right before my 19th birthday. So I lost him at a very young age. And going through that process, I didn't really have like the guidance. I didn't really know what to do. I kind of had to like go through everything, kind of like learn everything on my own. But now that I'm 30 years old, years later, now I'm looking back and I'm like, dang, like, let me share these tips because, looking back and reflecting on everything, I'm like, maybe like me talking about this and saying what helped me get through it and giving, someone that lost their parents tips, maybe it'll help somebody. I don't know. But I'm just going to listen to what my heart was saying and just follow it and put this video out. And I'm just hoping that it helps somebody because I had a really, really tough time when I lost my dad. So I can only imagine what somebody else is going through. Most definitely when you feel like you don't have no one to talk to or, you can't really explain your emotions. All the help, any help will help. Okay. So I wrote some tips down. I was actually working and it was like kind of like a slow day. So I got my little notepad here and I was like, let me start writing some things down. So these are tips that may help you if you lost your parent, young age, when you're older, but this is mainly honestly for like younger people that are dealing with this. So I wrote some tips down. Let me go to my little notepad here. I don't really recall how many. I want to say there's like 5 tips, but let's get into it. So the first tip is get help. Okay, that's the number 1 tip. I didn't really do an order, but that's the number 1 thing that I put on here. So the first one is get help. And what I mean by that is counseling. I know a lot of people, they are against counseling, and I'm not going to lie, I was one of those people. When people would tell me like, Ma, you should get counseling. You should speak to someone because you suffer like a great loss. I was like, no, I don't need counseling. Like, I was kind of like, I don't know, ashamed of it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I thought like, man, like, I don't want nobody like judging me or thinking that something's wrong with me. And now that I am older, I do counseling and it has helped me tremendously. Like, I recommend it to everybody. So that's the number 1 thing is get counseling. Even if you like go, like I remember I went to a session and I was like, man, why am I here? Like, she just sitting here, not even talking, just listening to me. Like, I need somebody to talk back. I need somebody to help me. Like, I need help. So I feel like it was pointless. But even if you feel like that, keep going. Or maybe that counselor that you have is not the right one for you. You don't have to stick with that one. You can go and search for another one as well. But still stick to it because in the long run, it will most definitely help you. So that's one of them. The next thing I said, try not to shut down no matter what. And that is hard because I remember when I was going through it, I shut down. I didn't really talk about my feelings. I didn't really talk about it. People brought it up and everything and I would just kind of like ignore them. Like, I didn't want to talk about it. I felt like I shut down. Eventually, I start opening back up. But once you shut down, man, it's just like it messes you up because it's like you're dealing with it all on your own, and you got to get it off your chest. You have to, and I also put that you have to speak your true feelings of how you feel, no matter what. No, don't worry about if it offends somebody. Don't worry about how somebody may take it. Like, you got to get that stuff off your chest. Like, don't hold it in. If you're not feeling right, you're having a bad day, it's bothering you. Like, voice it, say it. Hey, I'm having a tough time dealing with this today. And also, yeah, I put don't worry about what others have to say. You know what I mean? You may say something that may offend people. You know what I mean? You may say something that doesn't sound right, but you gotta, even if it doesn't sound right, get it off your chest. Don't hold it in, because it's just gonna make you sick. It's just gonna make you sick. Like, I remember I was real sick. Like, something was always wrong with me because I just kept how I felt inside. And you have to get it off your chest. You have to get it off your chest. And then speaking about it is very important too, because you don't want to. You're already depressed. You're already. This is traumatic. This is life changing. So you not speaking about it, you're just gonna slip into a deeper depression, and that sounds kind of crazy because you're already depressed. But yes, it can go deeper. So you got to make sure you get it off your chest. And then the next one is connect with someone that understands and that has experience and can relate to what you're going through. So my mom and my brothers, they went through the same thing I went through. They were dealing with it as well. And then also my grandmother, she was a big help to me, actually. So having somebody that can understand and feel, sorry, these braces, that can feel what you feel, that understands and knows what you're going through, that's very important. It will help you. And then the next thing I have on here is this is a good one that I did not, because when I went through everything, I was kind of running wild and free. Don't do that. Stay productive. You want to stay productive. You want to keep your mind busy. Do something positive. Go back to school. Get a job, work overtime. You know what I mean? Like just do things that are positive. Stay productive. Use that time to do something positive. You don't want to be running out here wild, drinking, partying, getting involved with people you don't have no business getting involved in, getting in situations that you don't need to be in. Like, I've been there, done that, and I'm telling you that you got avoid that. Stay productive. Stay around positive people as well, because when you're going through a rough time like that, you got to surround yourself around good people. So that's one. Also, be mindful of what you do and what you say, because you're going to be shattered. Alrighty, you're going to be shattered. You're shattered. You're not going to know how to express your feelings. You're not going to understand how you feel. Words can't express how you feel. None of that. So you have to be mindful, because when you're not in a good place, it's easy to lash out on people that are trying to be there for you. And it's easy to say something that's going to offend somebody. It's easy to be, I won't say you feel hate, but you just are angry. You know what I mean? If you're angry, that's the only thing that's going to come out. So you got to be mindful and make sure that you're mindful of what you do and what you say, and just recognize and know that you're not in a good place right now. Recognize that. Don't try to make yourself seem like, oh, I'm straight, I'm good. No, because you're not. You're not, and it's okay not to be. Recognize that. Just recognize that. Another thing is you got to do what's best for you. So if you don't want to go to if going to the grave is too hard for you, don't go. If you don't want to, post pictures of your parent, your mom, your dad that passed away, don't do it. If people talk about it or bring it up and you wish not to talk about it, communicate that. You got to do what is best for you to get through the situation. And whatever that is, do it. You know what I mean? Whatever that is, as long as it's positive, you know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do to get through it. But just do what works best for you. Do what works best for you. It just makes me feel bad and really sad when I see like young people like losing parents and going through that, because the first thing I hear them say is like, I don't understand, or like they start blaming themselves. Don't blame yourself. Don't, because it's not your fault. It's not your fault. As long as you have done everything you've done by loving your parent, being there for your parent, taking care of your parent, showing love, that's it. You've done your part. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself. And then everything takes time. It's a shock when you see your parent every single day, all the time, and you're there with them and you're talking to them and you're making food for them and anything they need when they're sick, you're helping them out. Just like with my dad was really sick. My dad was paralyzed. So for the whole time I'm there with him and I'm helping him and I'm making food. And even, my late nights when I'm hungry, I'm getting up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I stopped doing that, but 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, making like a full meal. And my dad will wake up, hey, you in there? I'm like, dang, yeah, I'm in here. You want a plate? So then I started making him plates. And then whenever, seeing him every day. And my dad was really depressed because the situation was a lot for him to take in. So he would have periods where he didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't care. I would call my dad, even if he didn't answer. That's cool. I leave him a voice message when he was in the hospital. I would text my dad, Dad, I love you. I'm here. Every day, no matter what. I always reached out. I wanted him to know, like I got you. You know what I mean? And when I lost him, it was so hard because it was like a shock to me. Like having to help my mom, like go in his closet and start, cleaning all, getting all his shoes and getting all his clothes and cleaning everything out, or going to the funeral home and having to pick out a casket and having to pick what he's gonna wear. And my dad's whole situation is very, 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 very sad. Very sad. Super sad. What my dad went through, I don't wish that on nobody, and I don't want anybody to experience it. Because a lot of people don't talk about it when people are, and I'm sorry if I'm getting off topic, but when people are paralyzed, man, when I see somebody in a wheelchair, when I see someone in a wheelchair, if I'm keeping it 100, that shit messes me up, because it's like, I had a dad that was paralyzed, and seeing all the stuff that he went through being paralyzed and looking at somebody, and you're looking through them, you're looking at the real situation. Of course, when they see you, they're laughing, they're happy, they're speaking to you, they're in good spirits, but you're like, damn, like I know what it's like when you go home. I know what it's like when you have to get in and out of the car and you need help. I know what it's like when you need help. You need help getting this or getting that, or you need help someone carrying you. Like I know what it's like. So I feel for them. That's what I told myself. I said, when this music and everything starts popping off for me, that's what I want to do. I want to come up with a foundation, but I want to call it the Michael Allen Foundation. And I'm trying to calm down because I can't even breathe because I'm getting upset. I want to call it the Michael Allen Foundation, and what I want to do is I want to help people that are paralyzed, help their families, provide them with the right equipment, teach them and guide them on how to help a parent, how to help someone that has became paralyzed. Because when my dad went through what he went through, we didn't have a clue what to do. Like, we spoke to nurses and they told us, a little bit of, here and there and all that stuff, but we just jumped in there. We all just had to learn ourselves. You know what I mean? We just had to learn. So I just want to share my story, and I just want anybody that lost a parent. It sucks. Most definitely when you got a bond and you see that person every day. To see somebody and talk to them every day, all the time, you're spending time with them, you're laughing, you're cracking jokes. To see them every day, and to go to where you gotta wake up and you're used to going downstairs and hearing that person sing, or hearing that person talk, or hearing that person, I'm getting upset. Hearing that person talk, hearing that person sing, talking to that person, interacting with that person, and then you wake up and you don't hear nothing. You don't hear their voice. You can't call them. You can't call them. You can't, none of that stuff. None of that. It's gone. Just a shock. It's like, damn, I gotta wake up every day and not see this person, not talk to this person, not nothing. You go in the room, their stuff is not there. most definitely dealing with that when you're young, because you don't understand. You're young. You're young. Then you're like, dang, like, I'm going to get married. My parents not going to be at my wedding. None of that stuff. None of that. And like that situation, tonight I'm not ready to talk about it. But his whole situation is messed up. And the person that caused all this to happen, even that person, I don't wish no ill will toward that person. But it's like, dang, like, if you knew what a type of man, a husband he was, a type of father he was, you know what I mean? Like, your actions, I'm not gonna say took him, because you didn't take him. God took him because it was his time. My dad passed away by a Bible. He didn't take him, but just that whole situation, everything is just messed up. It's just really messed up. So, and I think I'm having a hard time because his birthday's coming up. So like when his birthdays or Christmases or anything, because my dad was very family oriented and we did a lot when it comes to like Thanksgiving. My dad was like, he can throw down, he can cook. So when his birthday's coming up, when different things come up, my emotions, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, what's coming up? And I sit down, I'm like, oh yeah, his birthday's coming up, or like Christmas is coming up, or you know, different things like that. And it hurts me. It hurts me really bad. Like and now it's like, it's crazy because I'm dealing with it, but it's just like, it still feels like a dream. It's like, some days I'd be like, dang, like, is he coming home? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a dream. And it's sad because it's like, there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to put it in God's hand. You got to pray. You got to stay in that church. If you don't even go to church, you know, you don't have to go to church to be spiritual. You just got to pray. You got to keep your head in that Bible. You got to be determined to handle the situation. Because I'm messed up by it. I'm totally messed up. It messes me up. I can't even think about it. It just messes me up. But the reason why I'm doing this video and sharing my story, because I want to help somebody. Because I woke up and I had days where I'm like, man, I don't even want to get out of bed. I had days where I didn't even want to eat. And I had days where I didn't even talk to nobody. I went all day, and it sucks because you're going through something, and sometimes you get to that spot where you're like, dang, like I just feel alone. And some days I'll just stay in my room all day and I wouldn't even come out. I wouldn't even talk to nobody. Wouldn't even text nobody. Nothing. And I just sat down in my room, just laid there and just listened to music all day, because you know I got out my music. And I just didn't understand. But on a positive note, you know, the love and, you know, your family, like my mom, my brothers, like all of us, we all went through it. So we all got through it and we're all doing so much better. But I really hope that this video really helps and touches somebody. You know what I mean? And then like, even if you're somebody watching from like Facebook, or if you're my cousin, anybody, like all the young people out there, if you need any advice or any help, like reach out to me. Because I wish too, I was like, dang, I wish I had somebody that I could just call up, which I did though. I'm not gonna lie. I had my grandmother. She was she is it was very supportive, and I had a lot of love. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of love that helped me get through. And then even like my friends that were really close to my dad and stuff like that, like they were really helpful, and I got a lot of support. So also making sure that you have a lot of support as well. So I really hope that this video helps somebody. I don't mean to come on here like being sad, but I'm human, man. And that situation with my dad just really messes me up. But you know, God is alive. God is alive. I pray all the time. Constantly always praying, constantly always pushing through it. I have my days, but you got to push through it. So once again, like, I really hope this video helps somebody. You know what I mean? I wanted to do something a little bit more serious because, like I said in my previous videos, I'm all about saving lives. I don't care about nothing else. I care about sharing my story and helping somebody. That's it. I don't care how it makes me look. I'm all about saving lives. So if I can save somebody's life or help somebody that's having a hard time, I'm all for it. Peace out.